My name is Satyajit Buranic and I play Parvat Pandya in our adaptation of All's Well That Ends Well. And in Shakespeare's original, it was called Parolles, who's like the comic villain,
Okay.
anti-hero.
So did you learn Shakespeare at school?
Yeah, as a part of mandatory literature classes, yes. But we had a select few pieces like Tempest and Much Ado About Nothing and some sections of Hamlet as a part of poetry. But it was never like a formal subject to be studied, but it was always a part of literature and drama studies, yes.
Yeah. So do you think that in the young generation in India it's seen as sort of an imperial thing, hangover from that time?
Well, the fact that we all learn we go to English medium schools itself is a part of that. But I don't see that as any form of resistance because we are living in a country where we are being told that learning English is going to get you ahead and it's important to communicate to the world, and English is the way that's going to open the windows and doors of the world to you. So it's not something that Indians resist, at least in the kind of cities and small towns I've been living in. And it's almost a bit of a class symbol that my child goes to an English medium school, so it's like he has bright possibilities and
Right.
he will end up learning Shakespeare. And of course the thou and the thys and the these do seem alien at times, but once you have a knack for it and you start appreciating the poetry and the beauty of the language, then you...
So what's that reversal like when you come here to the Globe and do the Shakespeare in Gujarati?
Yeah, it's very empowering because it's like life coming full circle, because you go back to your school days when you were trying and underlining words and figuring out their meanings as to what is Shakespeare in English and iambic pentameter and things like that, and how to sound as authentic as it can get as far as English goes. This is really feels great because here you're doing a text which has been timeless, written so many years ago, but you are adapting it in your mother tongue and reinterpreting it, writing new scenes, giving it new layers, setting it into a stencil of a folk Gujarati theatre form. So it feels great, especially for people of my age, because when we live in Bombay, we are constantly using English to communicate with friends, online, all the time. And it's only things like these that we get to actually discover the beauty of our own language. Because the kind of Gujarati we use in the play, I wouldn't have been able to understand it at the first reading, or if I was just a pure audience member, things would have been difficult. But thanks to that, I get to understand the deeper nuances of the language.
So in many ways that old Gujarati's been eroded over time by the use of English.
Yeah, over the use of many other things, not just English, but because Gujaratis have also been essentially a trading community, and they have gone and settled in various parts of the world, whether it be Africa or UK or America. And they've always adapted their language to other influences. And in a city like Bombay, there is Gujarati, there's Marathi, there's Hindi, there's English. So there's not just English to blame for that, but all languages have been corrupt over the years, yeah.
So what do you make of it when English critics see the play and they see Bollywood?
When they see Bollywood, well, I think that's more about the form. That's not much to do with the language. It's a pity that the English critics cannot kind of see the deeper nuances of the adaptation. I feel with this particular play, the adaptation is the real hero. It has actually solved the problems that Shakespeare's play had. It has added 2 scenes, and it has staged scenes which were not staged in earlier versions. They were only spoken about in Shakespeare's version, whereas here the marriage happens on stage, the switch of the women happens on stage. So, when they call it Bollywood, it's maybe to do with the song and dance form, or with the distance with which we approach it, because it's a simplistic play. I mean, let's not make any bones about it. It's not one of his best plays, and which is why it's interesting that we are taking that and kind of making it more vibrant. And making it more vibrant and making it more colorful, and I guess that's where they see the costumes and the ornaments and the dance and the music, and that's what may make them feel it's Bollywood. But I wish Bollywood was this vibrant.
Yeah, that's true, and it's actually nothing like Bollywood, is it?
Nothing much like it, except maybe the song and dance. But even in Bollywood, they have playback singers singing and choreographers and background dancers. Here it's just a bunch of 8 actors who are kind of bringing that whole world alive, starting from Rasoli, going to Bombay, old Bombay, so to speak, then going to Rangoon and back. So I would say it's way more ambitious than Bollywood.
Thanks very much. Do you want to give us a couple of your favourite lines, or just in character for a second?
Yeah, my favorite scenes as far as Perales is concerned is his first scene, where there is the infamous anti-virginity monologue. His character is the one who comes to Haley, and says that "Salage salage aum marma ichhao to bhadke, kachi vainu kanchantan avyarth tapeshe dadke." That this is the age where your passions are going to ignite, and stop whining over them, because otherwise all you'll be left is the embers of fire and nothing else. So make most of it while it's there. Yeah.
That's great. Thanks so much.
Pleasure.